you know, nothing pisses me off more than being told I can't do something. If anybody ever tells you that you can't do something, get rid of them. You don't need that crap in your life. I know it's kind of harsh, but you know what? It really does drive me crazy. There's nothing in this world that can't be done. There's been so many things that people have told me that I couldn't do, which is why I am where I am today. Anything can be done. If you want it, you can do it. If you don't know how to do it, you'll figure out how to do it if you want it bad enough. That's all what you want. Hello! Remember that from Seinfeld? Does anybody remember that? George Costanza did it. And I think Jerry did it too. I don't remember. Anyway, it's pretty funny. So, I gotta go to Napa, so you guys get to take a ride with me. So anyway, I need to get some stuff to change the oil in my wife's van. This is why. Apparently she had booked something coming up where she is taking me somewhere for the weekend. Friday, Saturday, we come back Sunday, and I have no idea where we're going. As far as plowing goes, it's not supposed to snow at all, but she did call a buddy of mine and tell him, or ask him, if it does snow, can he cover my lots? So, I still have no idea where I'm going, and she asked me this morning, are we going to take the van or one of your trucks? And I said, well, the fact that you're even asking me that tells me that we may need four-wheel drive. Otherwise, we would just take the new van. And she said, well, let me check the forecast. So she checked the forecast, and it's not supposed to snow anyway, wherever she's taking me. I have no idea. So, her van needs an oil change anyway. Apparently, it is due. And so, I'm going to get the stuff so that I can do that tomorrow. But, what comes into play is maybe she's taking me and like locking me up somewhere. I don't know. I told her, I said, does this mean you're gonna like take me to a cabin in the woods and lock me up for a weekend? Which could be very beneficial for me. At the same time, it could be very bad for me. Things just may not go my way. But on to the focus of this video. Like I said, there's a lot of things that people will tell you that you cannot do. Or, no, that can't be done. No way, it can't be done, And as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing that can't be done. Anybody that's watched a series or group of my videos will know that I do a lot of things that people say you can't do. And I make it happen anyway because, one, I refuse to be told no that I can't do something. And two, sometimes you just have to, especially as a business owner, even in general life, but especially as a business owner, sometimes you just have to make things happen. People swore to me up and down, like I've mentioned in past videos and like I've showed you guys in past videos. People swore up and down I cannot put wings on a poly plow, and I did it. They said, because you got to bolt the brackets through the plow, it'll never hold up on a poly plow versus putting them on a steel plow. So all I did is looked at it for a while and thought about it, and I ended up welding the brackets to the side of the metal frame behind the poly blade. And I've been running it for 3 years now without a problem. You know, here again, I've showed you guys in past videos where I made striping kits for my mowers. People said, no, that's not going to work. It's never going to leave stripes. Well, I made them out of the simplest things, and I made it work. So what I'm getting at, my point is, especially for a smaller guy like me, a solo business. Now, you guys know that I've had employees in the past, and starting last year, the beginning of 2016, I decided to back it off. I got rid of a handful of my accounts, and I went solo. Well, there was a lot in that, you know, a lot of people said, man, you're losing a lot of money, you're not going to be able to do it, you're going to realize you wish you had those guys, and, you know, you're giving up a lot, and this and that. Well, you know what, I had a lot of those fears, and I really thought that, I thought more things would go wrong than would go right. But in the back of my head, I'd already weighed my odds, and I knew what my benefits would be from not having those employees. I wouldn't have to worry about the call-in sicks. I wouldn't have to worry about the no-call, no-shows. I wouldn't have to worry about the insurance to pay out on these guys. I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, all their baby mamas coming after me and telling me they're not paying child support, or they need to, how much are you paying them? Like, I knew I wouldn't have to deal with any of that trauma. A lot of times I was having them go to houses and then getting calls from customers if they broke this or broke that, or they didn't do the weed whacking, or they left grass laying on the lawn, which is a big pet peeve of mine, things like that. I didn't have to worry about any of that. I knew when I left a property, I knew what it would look like when I left, because I was the only one doing it. I didn't have to worry about my equipment breaking or being mistreated, because I would be the only one using it. If it rained all night and stopped early in the morning and I couldn't go out and start mowing till 10, 11 o'clock, I knew I could just pick up and go and didn't have to worry about trying to get employees to come into work, which would always be a problem. Things like that. So I knew there were a lot of benefits, and there were a lot of things that would work out by going solo, which last year was definitely by far my most profitable year. Now, did I make as much gross wise as I did in previous years when I had employees? No, absolutely not. I definitely made more on those other years, which, you know, common sense would tell you I should make more, because I was taking on more work and I was doing more jobs and I was doing bigger jobs. So obviously I made more. But at the end of every single month, when I was doing the paperwork, I had a lot more in my bank account. I had a lot more at the end of the year going into this winter. I had a lot more all around overall for everything, because I wasn't paying out all this money to fix homeowners' property was getting destroyed. I wasn't paying out all this money to replace or fix equipment that shouldn't have gotten broken. I wasn't paying out all this labor. I wasn't paying out all this extra insurance. I wasn't paying out all this stuff. So overall in gross, I made less money last year, but I definitely profited so much more. It was just ridiculous. More than, you know, and I knew going into the season that I would. I just didn't think it was going to be to the extent that it ended up being. So it definitely worked out in my favor, not having employees, and I'm even more so looking forward to going into this year. I dropped even more accounts going into this year. Accounts that were late payers, pain in the ass customers, ones that wanted to pay very little and should be paying more, but absolutely refused to take an increase because they didn't want to pay the money, even though I knew they had it, and I knew my work was worth it. I've gotten rid of them, but I've also taken on a lot of new ones going into this year that are all high-paying accounts to replace those low-paying ones. So I'm, like I said, I'm looking even more forward to going into this year. But I'm kind of veering off track a little bit. What I'm going to do with my channel this year is I am going to back it up a little bit. I know there's been times where I'll go stretches without putting out videos. What I'm really going to focus on is getting out at least one a week. I may put out more, but I'm going to at least focus on one a week. And what I want to really do with it is you guys know you're never going to get those high-end videos on my channel. My channel is not for the huge company. It's not for the multi-million-dollar company. It's for more of the solo guy or the guy that works with maybe one helper, or for the guy just starting off. That's more what my channel is. But as far as like the high-end stuff, like the videos with drones flying around filming stuff, all the edited mixes of music and stuff, you'll never get any of that stuff from my channel. I've messed around a little bit with some music and stuff in my videos, but there's other channels that do a lot of that are phenomenal for that. 3 off the top of my head: Blake from B&B, Brian from Top Notch, Martin from Mowing and Growing. Those guys are the video masters, and you guys that follow me, you know me. I like to be different. I don't like to be the same as everyone else, do the same things as everybody else. So what my channel is going to focus more on are the types of videos I like to make. My favorite type of video to watch and my favorite type of video to make are videos such as like where I film a lot of stuff and there may be a little bit of music in the background, but it's more of the voiceover videos, where the narration videos, I'll sit there and talk and I'll tell you what I'm doing and things like that. I love to help people, and you guys that know me know that. And that's what a lot of my stuff is geared towards. So that's what I'm really going to focus on, is the more of like the low key, the mellow, the laid back channel. But that's the direction of that channel. So now on to more of where I mentioned that people telling you cannot do things. There's actually a reason that popped into my head is one thing I wanted to get out in this video. So let's get on that. The deal is, sorry, I had to pause you guys from that last part while I ran into Napa. But anyway, the deal is, somebody posted on Instagram that, oh, there's a new bagging system out for the Scag Patriot. Now, if you know anything about Skags, the Patriot is pretty much a Freedom Z, okay? It's just bigger. Sure, there's maybe a little thing here or there that's different, but pretty much the Patriot's a Freedom Z, just bigger. And they said there is now a powered bagging system. It's called like the GC2B or whatever it is. I could be wrong, but anyway, if you look it up, you'll find it. So it's a 2-bag system like on the back of my Freedom Z, okay? Now, you guys have seen in previous videos, or if you follow me on Instagram where I posted pictures, the bagging system on my Freedom Z is just a boot off the side of the deck to an 8-inch tube that goes up into the bag system. There is no powered unit off the side of that deck like my Tiger Cat, for instance, okay? Now, they always told me when I bought my Freedom Z, you cannot get a powered system for that style deck, okay? It's got to be, Scag only makes it for the Velocity deck, which the Velocity deck comes down to a point in the front. If you look up underneath the Velocity deck and you look up underneath an Vantage deck, I believe that's what the other one's called, okay, the one that's flat-nosed in the front, they're pretty much the same deck. The difference is, on the Velocity decks, it has a piece of metal that goes across the whole front with like 4 different bolt holes in it, and you can move that front baffle up and down, which does, in Skag's defense, make a huge difference the way that deck shoots out the side, discharges, or bags and vacuums up a lot pretty much. It does make a big difference, depending on where you have it. Other than that, it's the same. It's not that much of a different deck. They're the same deck. So why, when the powered unit has absolutely nothing to do with the shape of the deck, other than if you move that baffle up and down, it'll create more suction. It'll help the bagger out, okay? So why would they not make a powered unit for the other deck? The only difference is you have to change the outer pulley system that only has 1 pulley to a 2-pulley system, so that the belt off the powered unit has something to wrap around to spin the powered unit. Okay. Well, now they came out with this powered bagging system for the Patriot. the Patriot has the Advantage style deck. It does not have a Velocity deck. It's got the other style deck. So now I'm thinking to myself, I thought they didn't make one for that. And maybe they didn't at the time, and now they do. So somebody commented on there where Scag had posted on Instagram that, well, can I get that powered unit for the Freedom Z? And Scag on Instagram said, no, it can't be done. You cannot put a powered unit on the Freedom Z. It will not work. And then they wrote on there, a couple of people started questioning as to why. And they wrote on there, well, the reason why is because the clutch isn't strong enough on a Freedom Z. Well, if it's got the same size shaft hole that comes down through, you can pretty much change that clutch out to anything. It's a series of bolts, a plug. It's not that big a deal. And for $200 right around there, maybe you find one cheaper on eBay, you can get a heavier duty clutch, swap that clutch out, and then just change the pulley to a 2-pulley system on the side to hook it up, and away you go. So it can be done. You need a little bit of ingenuity. You need to think to yourself, it can be done. You can do it. If you want to do it bad enough, you can find a way to do it, which is the emphasis of what this whole conversation's about. If you want to do it, you can find a way to do it. But the people that host, I mean, be it Scag, be it their spokesman, whatever, that hosts their account on Instagram says, no way, it can't be done, you can't do it. Well, you can do it. And I understand their point, and I understand where they're coming from, and I would never knock Scag. You guys know I'm a big Scag fan, okay? I love their equipment, I support their stuff. But they're going to say, of course, no, you can't do it. It can't be done, you can't do it, because they need to sell their new product. So they're not going to make it so that you can apply it to other things, because they want you to buy the Patriot so that you can then buy the bagging system, and they make more money. It's simple business, it's smart business, I understand where they're coming from. But for the solo guy that's not buying on a fleet program, he's not buying 2, 3, 4, 5 mowers at a time every 2 to 3 years. You have a solo guy that's trying to watch his margins, trying to watch his profits, trying to watch what he does, and really needs to make that 1 or maybe 2 piece of equipment that he has go the distance, to do everything, to do the everyday cutting in the summer, to be able to bag that tall grass in the spring was growing like crazy, to be able to bag them leaves in the fall. A guy that needs to, smaller scale, that needs to really focus and make sure his money is spent wisely, spent, with the facts in mind that, I can't be buying 5 different pieces of equipment, when I only need each one at certain times a year, and I may be working out of my garage instead of having a big building that is your business. You're the solo guy who works from home. You park your stuff at home every night. Don't have the room for all that equipment. You have to really be smart and make that 1 or 2 piece of equipment go the distance for you. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. You can do these things and you can make it happen. And it just really irks me when people go out of their way to say, no way, can't be done, impossible, no. And like I said, it just really irks me, because instead of saying, listen, that's not what we designed it for, and we really designed it for this other mower, can it be done? Yeah, but you really need to go talk to your dealer or talk to a rep and go over what you have to do to make this system work on your piece of equipment. That way you don't void any warranties. That way you don't do any damage that could have easily been avoided. Things like that. And then they still make the money off buying the bagging system from them anyway. So they're just not making as much as if you had to go in and buy the Patriot and then the Patriot's bagging system. You're buying that same bagging system for your Freedom Z or for whatever. But they can say, okay, yeah, well, you'll need this Scag heavy duty clutch. You'll need this Scag double pulley to put on there, and then you buy the base. And they could say, we can sell all of that to you so that you can make it work on your machine. Or they can say, we can send all of that to the dealer, and you can go there and pay the dealer to do it, put it on, so we know it's done right by an authorized dealer. So then they're helping their dealers to make money too. You see where I'm going with this? And you don't necessarily have to go that way. You can do it all yourself. But the point that I'm really trying to emphasize here is, you can do all this, and people say, no, it can't be done. No, you can't do it. Instead of trying to help out that consumer, or instead of trying to help somebody out in general, they say no, 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 no. And I can't stand that. It really drives me crazy. But that's the point I'm trying to make. Don't ever let anybody tell you, no, you can't do it. There's a lot of things may be very difficult, may be hard, but you can do anything. There's nothing that you can't do. Okay, you just have to want it, for one. You have to be able to have the ingenuity. You have to be able to have the tools or equipment you need to do it. But you can do it, and it's the same thing with, you know, even just a simple lawn. I have a 36 mower, but there's an acre property that they want me to give a bid on. You know, and I don't know. Everyone says, man, you can't do it with that. That mower's too small. But you know what? If you only have 3 or 4 lawns on that certain day, or a few lawns on that day, you have the whole rest of the day. Are you going to get it done as fast with a 36 as if you had a 52 or a 61? No, definitely not. But you can do it. And it's the same principle. It's, you know, I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, but it's something that the solo guys or the guys with smaller businesses really need to know, and you really need to keep in your mind that you can do it. It just depends on how bad you want it. And that's my point. Kit Kat. I just killed that whole thing. I ain't even shitting you. I really did. I ate the whole thing. See what I mean? If somebody tells you you can't have a Kit Kat, you can have a Kit Kat. Eat your Kit Kat. Alright. Anyway, so now I'm on my way home. And the point of this entire video, which is just a bunch of talking and may be extremely boring to a lot of you, but there's a lot of good points here, and I'm hoping that you're taking stuff away from this. So, it was mainly to give you a highlight of where my channel is going this year, what I'll be doing with it. It's going to be, you know, like I said, laid back, simple, a lot of recording of me doing different things, and then a lot of narration, like a voiceover type deal. And there's going to be, you know, like some vlogging. I'll be doing a bunch of that as well. But that's where it's going. So hopefully we get into the mowing season quick. I have already ordered my new Scag. Yep, I've bought another one. I bought the new Walkbehind with the controls up top here, like the ECS control, so to speak. 48-inch deck with the quick adjustment lever up and down, so you can set your height quickly. I ordered that. Whenever it comes in, it comes in. I did get a new pole saw, an extendable steel pole saw with the chainsaw on the end, the mini saw. I just haven't picked it up. It's sitting at the dealer. But anyway, new things to come, and that's where my channel is going to go. But until then, I'm still going to make boring winter vlogs. I don't know. Some people find them boring, I'm sure, and other people like them. But the one thing I really want to ask of you guys is, please, I see, you know, usually somewhere between 1,000 to 1,500 views on each of my videos, but there's a lot of videos that are really odd to me that, you know, they sit idle around like 500-600 views, and those are like videos of me actually out doing stuff when the weather was still nice and I was mowing, things like that. And then videos of me just sitting in a truck talking like this will have like 2,200 views. I don't, that's really weird to me. So I don't know. Please, the favor I'm asking you guys, please share my videos. I don't care if you just click that share button and share it to Instagram, or share it to Twitter, or share it to wherever. Just please, if you could just take 2 seconds and you see one of my videos you like, just hit that share button. The more it gets out, the more my views will go up. And if you notice, and for a while, back like a year ago, I had my videos monetized, and to where, you know, the ads were coming up on my videos, but I've never been in the videos to make money. So I'm thinking, why do I need to do that? It annoys the crap out of me when I'm watching a video and I'm into it, and then all of a sudden the video pauses and an ad pops up. And I'm like, this video must be monetized. And I'll look and they'll have like 120 subscribers or something. I was thinking, why do they have their videos monetized? Like, I can understand that people have a lot of subscribers. But anyway, so what I'm looking for, I want the views. I want a lot of people to see what I'm doing. I want a lot of people to, you know, I don't know, that I want to inspire more people to just do whatever it is, whether it's lawn care, whatever it is. I want to inspire more people to just go after what they want to go after and to do it, and to not be told no, to not take no for an answer, and just to any bit of advice I can give out there to anybody. I want them to, yeah, see? Captain America. Let me tell you something. When a 5-year-old gives you a Captain America sticker and says, put it on your phone, and they're homesick from school, you put that shit on your phone. That's right. So that's why I have Captain America. Anyway, so, yeah, please, please, please share my videos. I want them to get out there. You know, I'm hoping that, you know, I know I'm not always right. As a matter of fact, I'm probably wrong more than I'm right. But if any of the advice or any of the how-to things that I do can help anybody, I want as many people to see that as they can, because it may help them. And that's what my goal is. I'm not trying to make money off my channel. Like I said, you'll notice you don't see ads pop up on my videos because it's not monetized, and it's not going to be. So, thank you again. I get usually the same influx of people that comment on my videos all the time, and I'm pretty positive I answer back every single one, and I try to. That's a big thing of mine. I really try to, even if I just write thanks, I try to make sure that you know that you're being noticed, and I'm not ignoring your comments, or that it's not going unnoticed. I do notice, and I do appreciate it. So thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you. And please, please, please share any or every one of my videos that you see that you like or you think can help somebody. Please share. Thank you guys so much, and see you in the next one.